Hello and welcome back to the channel, How We Move the Decimal. In this video, I am photographing slides to sell on eBay. My process is to photograph in batches and then list them as I can. One of my many problems with that right now is I have gone through all of my photographs and I need to photograph, but it's a huge endeavor and I have to clean off my table and I have to make sure my cat doesn't distract me and my kids don't distract me. So I haven't got around to it and I am woefully low on listing anything because I've got no pictures. I do have items to take pictures of. I just haven't had the time to take the actual pictures. Now, with that, I'm not selling high-priced items right now. Like a lot of the items I'm selling are $20 or less. And I was looking online in one of the Facebook groups and this person was asking how, do you counter offer? They had listed an item they'd bought an item for $20 and listed an item for $69 and they got an offer for $50 and they wanted to know to counter offer to accept. Most people were very helpful. They said, well, counter offer nothing lower than 60 because they just listed this item 2 days ago. Other people were like, well, what did the comp say? What else is it selling for? And then some individuals in the comments were just upset. They were like, well, you need to find better items. If you're only getting 3 times what you paid for it, then you aren't getting your goods right. You aren't profiting from it. You need to get more than 3 times what you paid for it, so on and so forth. Here's the thing. Yeah, we want a huge profit margin. We want to go, I would love to make 10 times. I would love to make 20 times what I paid for it. I would love, to get items for free and sell them. But a lot of people don't have the luxury of doing that. And to shame somebody for, buying a coat for $20 and selling it for $60, that's kind of rough. I do that all the time. I don't pay up for things, but I may get something for $1 and after fees and everything, only walk away with $3 after the sale. I do think we need some loss leaders in our stores, some quick sellers. I'm not going to buy bulk selling for that. I'm not looking at made in China stuff. I'm not looking at like Alibaba stuff. But what I do is in auction boxes, I usually buy it for 1 item. And then the other stuff in there are just bonuses for that auction. So anything I get out of them is a bonus. I don't want to lose money in shipping, but if I can sell these, move them, and get traction in my store, get people looking in my store, then that's a bonus for me. eBay is now seeing that my store is popping up. I do have those items to sell, smaller priced items. I'm selling things for me to sell a $100 item is extremely rare. I have sold a couple of $100 items already this year, but they are not the norm in my store. My store is not a name brand clothing store. It's a lot of like oddities. So with that, I know I need some lower price items to balance out the higher price items, but I don't think it was right for people to shame this person for only getting 3 times what they paid for that coat. When we're looking at a lot of sellers on eBay doing YouTube and, buying shoes for $20 and selling them for $30. So when you're seeing these massively successful eBay YouTubers or eBay YouTubers that are presenting themselves to be massively successful, making 6 figures a year on YouTube with their non-existent help that they have, but they don't mention because you can't move that many items that quickly without somebody helping you. Even with both my husband and I working on this, where I am the oldest going, oh, when is it time to pull him into this? Because even with us working on this, granted we are part-time, we still have our full-time jobs, there's not enough of us to go around. So for these YouTubers to go and buy $20 shoes at thrift stores and then sell them for $25, $30, and then tell all of their followers that they're making all of this money off of that, when after fees and everything, if they're walking away with, $3, I would be surprised, especially in some of the high profile categories like video games and shoes and stuff with final value fees and everything. But their followers think they are. So their followers think they've built this entire eBay empire off of those low sales. And when they are looking and packing these up and talking about their sales, they're thanking their viewers and their subscribers for buying these items. So if they didn't have a subscriber base, would they have those sales? I, for one, would not buy $20 shoes that sold for $25. I would buy, $2 shoes that sold for $25. But you're not going to have access to that. That's not something easily accessible. But making 3 times your money is not horrible. Now, if you paid $1 and you're only making $3, then yes. But if you paid $20 and you can make $60, then maybe it's worth it. And that's what I see a lot of times with like the people that source mainly at retail establishments like Ross or TJ Maxx. They can triple their money, but you need a lot of capital to begin with, or you need to be willing to put it on credit and hope you can sell everything before the credit card payments due. It's a lot of robbing Peter to pay Paul, but that's what's happening. And unfortunately, that's what new and experienced resellers are getting into. Those of us old school, old timers out there that have been doing this, for as long as you can do this, we had a lot different examples of resellers to follow. Not as much gimmicky, YouTube-y, make 6 figures in 2 months type stuff. More, this is where we go, this is how we auction, I'm going to pay $1 for this pallet, and then I'm going to resell it. Long tail sales, knowing things don't sell right away. People are spending their rent money on things to resell and then realizing, oh my God, they didn't sell right away. What do you mean? I just listed this. Why didn't it sell? My husband and I often joke, you're listing it on eBay. Why hasn't it sold? Why hasn't that really expensive item sold? We in no way would spend our mortgage payment for that month on inventory and hope it sells that month. There's things that we've had for years that are just keep on trucking along in the store. Now, I do recommend ending those listings and restarting them if they've been on too long so they're fresh, but I feel like a lot of resell channels are very much glorifying it. I bought this for this and I'm selling it for this. But when it's only $3 or $4 profit, is it worth it? They're not making a full-time income off of that. They may be making full-time income off of eBay, which is great, more power to them, but they aren't making a full-time income off of reselling, but they are presenting that they're making a full-time income off of reselling. But I think a lot of people, especially, they're probably attracting the brand new resellers. And the more horrible the economy gets, the more resellers are going to happen. So if we actually do go to a recession, then we will see more resellers. We started on eBay back in 2004. So that was pre-recession. And we were just selling 1 or 2 things, just one-off things. We weren't selling as like extra. I mean, you had to get freaking, you had to go to the post office and get the money orders to buy off eBay. There were no pictures all of that when we first started. But with more people selling their stuff, more people getting online trying to make a quick buck, which it's not quick. It might be quick on Facebook Marketplace. Don't knock Facebook Marketplace. If I have to sell something locally just to get rid of it, I will post it on Facebook Marketplace, and it's usually gone within a couple days, which is great. I am not going to make money off of things I post on Facebook Marketplace. I tend to post things like what we used to post on Craigslist. Please get it out of my house. Nobody is going to take this to donate, and I don't want to throw it away. So that's the stuff I put on Facebook Marketplace, and it does sell pretty quickly. I have several larger children's items that I need to sell that I will put on Facebook Marketplace because I don't want to ship it. We are lucky in our area. Our police department lets us go and do like exchanges in their parking lot, so we feel safe. So, it's less likely to be a scam. There have been several Facebook Marketplace scams recently in my area, to the point that the police department said, come and do this at our, come to the police station and exchange at the police station, because there's been so many, which is really unfortunate. But again, it goes along with the desperation. The worse the economy gets, the more unfortunate it's going to get. It'll be people are more willing to do things to scam you, sell stolen items. That's happened a lot, especially with iPhones in our area. People selling stolen iPhones, and then the people actually that bought the iPhones getting in trouble because they have stolen iPhones, because they track my phone and all that. But that can create a dangerous environment. Me as a female, and this is going to sound very sexist, a lot of times I don't feel safe doing the exchanges, especially by myself, so I will always use the police station when available. Always have my husband go with me when available. I do not like to take my kids on exchanges, and I don't like having porch pickups where people come to my house. I would rather take the time to load up my van and have them meet me at the police station than I would to have them come to my house. So it can be a little dicey, but if you want a quick flip, that's the way to go. You're not going to make as much money off of it, but it's a quick flip. Somebody in our local Facebook group, and I could not believe it, one of the 13-gallon white garbage bags full of clothes, and they're trying to sell it for $125. And I'm just thinking, and they didn't show any pictures of what was in it. They showed a closed garbage bag and said for $125, women's clothes, size large and extra large. There is no way I would spend $125 on unknown clothing. They didn't even tell you what brands were in there. They didn't show pictures, nothing. It was just a picture of the closed garbage bag. Don't do that. One, as a seller, don't do that. Don't just post that picture. Two, don't trust somebody that's not willing to tell you what's in it. People asked, like, can we open the bag? Can we look in it? And the seller said no. No picking and choosing, no looking in it. So just with the seller's responses to the questions, I would back away from that. I would not touch it with a 10-foot pole. It might not have been a scam, or it might have been trying to sell something for less, lesser valued items or damaged items. I would be very, very hesitant to do that, as in I personally would not do that. And if one of my friends told me that they were doing that, I would tell them maybe not. Not even for the price. Like, I don't think I would pay more than $20 for a garbage bag full of clothes, especially not clothes I have never seen. For them to put them in a garbage bag like that means, one, they're probably not worth anything. Two, selling them as an afterthought. Or three, they're trying to hide something. So I wouldn't do that. I guess I don't trust people. I'd recently myself bought a linen closet full of linens, and I paid less than $15 for it. I want to say I paid $13.50 for it. And half of the sheets were cut up. There were like slices in them and holes in them. I don't know why, but they were completely unsellable for me, vintage sheet wise, which was so disappointing. But I didn't lose $125 on it. So thank you for watching my video. Please look at the digital scans and have a wonderful day.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long